Cool. Gucci. We live. I'm getting something twisted up. Let me get my audio situated for everybody just tapping in. I appreciate y'all tapping in today. I want to give you guys a live video to actually discuss something that we didn't talk about. We didn't talk about Wack 100's response to the diss track that he put us all up on. That's right. Wack 100 had quite a bit to say about the creation of the Black Slim Shady off the Drillmatic album. So that's what we've got to talk about today, you guys. As well as 50 Cent finagling his way onto a hit record. That's right, you guys. We got two major topics. You know who I am. I'm your host, Mikey T, the movie star. Appreciate everybody tapping in today. Going a little bit early. Today, you heard? But you know what, man? We got a lot of dope topics to speak on. You guys. Definitely excited for this live podcast. That's right, live podcast. You heard it. The Mikey T, the movie star podcast for everybody just tuning in. What's up? You know what to do when you first tune in. Make sure you hit the chat with your city and state. Let me know what you're twisting up. I'm rolling up some soap just because of the fact that it's the closest chronic. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's the closest chronic to my vicinity. You know what I'm saying? I grabbed something right over here. Happened to be the soap. Let me know what you're blazing as well. Let me know what you guys are blazing as well in the chat. Let me know what city. And state you're representing. All that good stuff, you guys. All that good stuff. Appreciate everybody tapping in. On this live video. We got to go over Wack 100's response. We got to go over Wack 100's response. That's what we're talking about tonight, you guys. Everybody in the chat, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you put it in the chat where you're from, where you're representing, you know what I'm saying? What city and state and all that. We're just getting started tonight. I'm getting something rolled up. You guys. I hope you guys are all doing the same. Make sure y'all get rolled up. Make sure y'all get something rolled up. And we're going to get this live stream started. What up? We got Pottstown, PA in the building. What's up? PA? We got Elizabeth, New Jersey in the building. We got Hartford, Connecticut in the building. Connecticut's in the building. I appreciate everybody tapping in on this live stream right now. Just going to get something twisted up. While we get things rolling on the stream tonight. Much love, Detroit. Cleveland, Ohio, tapping in. Hell yeah. Let me roll something up here, you guys. Let me get something twisted up for the show. This is grown folk conversation tonight. Definitely appreciate y'all tapping in, hitting that like button. About to get into the conversation in just a minute. What it do, Tyson? What's up, Tyson? Appreciate you tapping in, G's. Again, rolled up here while we get started for the show. Man, I get it. Let me get this blunt rolled up for today's show. Let me get this L rolled up for today's show. We got an epic one for y'all. We got an epic one. Some stuff you won't believe today. Some stuff you won't believe today, you guys. Going to be going over some information that you won't believe today. Yeah. What's up, General 5? What up, man? Just rolling something up, getting ready to go over this live video tonight. Oh, shit. You could taste that soap right away. This brand right here, I mess with this because of the taste specifically. Like, you know, you get so many different weeds, they all kind of taste the same. That one right there had a different taste to it. So I was like, all right, let me go pick that up again. Guys, you're not going to believe what Wack 100 was saying about Eminem. You are not going to believe what Wack 100 was saying about Eminem. We're going to get into it all tonight, man. We're going to get into it all tonight. Everybody go ahead, hit that like button. Everybody share this video. We got some epic conversation today, tonight, whatever you want to refer to it as. I'm coming on a little bit early. You know, I usually come on at about 10:30 p.m. But we're coming on a little bit early, you guys. A little bit early tonight. So, Wack 100 was speaking on Drillmatic. He touched on the NBA YoungBoy song for just a little bit, saying that he swapped it out with the new version, the version where Game is actually on both of the verses. We've heard about that for the last couple days. The Game actually came out and made a statement saying, I don't pay for my verses. I've never paid for my verses. I don't think anybody in here expected the Game to actually pay for his own verses. You know what I mean? The Game has been gifted some of the best hooks and some of the best features that an artist from any lifetime could have ever wanted. The Game has been gifted millions of dollars worth of free verses, y'all. And that's just plain and simple. If we're talking about Busta Rhymes, we're talking about 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks being featured on multi-platinum albums. Let's go. Everybody share this video one time. Everybody share this video one time. Share this video one time. Smoking on some good gas, going over the best hip hop news, y'all. So, Wack was asked what made the Game want to ether Eminem. That's the big question that Wack 100 was asked. What was it that actually made the Game want to ether Eminem? And I think we all remember an interview that the Game did when the Game said that he got through with 50 Cent. He said 50 Cent sucked at rapping. I want to say that he actually said 50 Cent sucked at rapping, you guys, and that he wanted to move on to the one that could rap. That's what the game said in regard to moving on to an Eminem beef. So that's where we are today. Drillmatic releases, the Black Slim Shady's on it, and the game is pretty much begging for a response, doing what he's seen other artists do to get a response out of Eminem. And we're going to have to really wait, I guess. We're going to have to wait because Eminem did not bite on the first attempt. Eminem did not bite on the first attempt of the game coming at him to get a record. Now, whether that's because of the fact that the record sales would have been different, you know what I mean? Whether that's the fact that Eminem would have increased the record sales for Drillmatic and he saw that, or Eminem kind of feels a way about the fact that they all came into the game around the same time. I really can't put my finger on it until we actually hear what Eminem has to say on his track. You know, when he dissed Machine Gun Kelly, I think he said quite a few things that none of us actually could believe he would have said, bringing up so many different things on that track. Go listen to it, man. Machine Gun Kelly actually hasn't been the same since. Machine Gun Kelly has not been the same since Eminem dissed him on that record, which actually got the most views on YouTube in one day. The most views on YouTube in one day. And that's where I think Wack 100 formulated this plan. He came up with this plan to actually get the Game's album more sales by dissing Eminem. So when Wack 100 got asked what was it that made the Game want to eat their Eminem, he said, all I remember is something happening at Drink Champs. And I don't know where somebody asked him something about who he thought was something was going on when he was on Drink Champs. And I don't know if he had said something. What do you mean you don't know if he said something? He was on Drink Champs and he said that he used to believe Eminem was a better rapper than him, and he does not believe that anymore. I don't know if he said something, didn't say something. All I know is I came in there and I heard a 7-minute song and complained about it. Wack 100 said he complained about the Black Slim Shady diss track, you guys. I came back and then the song was 10 minutes. I stopped complaining. That's all I know. So Wack went in on the Black Slim Shady here, you guys. Wack said, hell yeah, that mother effing song is streaming like crazy. To be a 10-minute song, that effed me up. He proved me wrong. I told him the other day, I said, bro, you was right. I didn't think that shit was going to survive like that. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song. Wow. Wow. So does Wack 100 not hear 300 bars? Did Wack 100 not hear 300 bars or something, you guys? The Game thrives when it comes to making these records. I'm putting it up right now, a poll for y'all in here. Putting this poll up in here for y'all right now. Everybody that wants to vote in a poll, you know, I try to give y'all a little something to do. Try to give y'all a little something to do in here. You know why that was necessary? You want to know why that was necessary, Wack? Because even though you as a manager didn't agree with it, or an executive, you didn't agree with it, it's because the Game is smarter than you. He knew that everybody, whether they liked it or not, they're talking about it. This is promotion. My album is coming out. Nobody even knows my album is coming out because my manager isn't talking about it. This right here is called free promotion. The same thing, you know, the same thing that Hassan Campbell did for the Lobby Boys. You know what I'm saying? They didn't need to use any marketing dollars. They have these bloggers with their names in their mouth every single day. Game doesn't get enough credit. He may look salty, but Game is smart. Wack, you were shitting in your pants, weren't you? You were worried about Eminem responding. What happens if Marshall responds? We're going to be in deep trouble. We're going to be in deep trouble if Slim Shady responds. This is 10 minutes long. The average song, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. You do a song too long, even the engineer looks at you like, yo, you sure you want that extra hook in there? I've been in the studio. I know how it goes. 10 minutes, you know what I mean? So that's actually why the Game did it, because he's smarter than you give him credit for. And what's the worst that can happen? What? Eminem responds? Eminem responds, well, guess what? Game's on deck. Game is a lyricist. Game has a response for the response. You hear what I'm saying? You don't think he has another 4 diss tracks? Gamer's prepared. He's dissed people before. Do you remember 300 bars? Game is no rookie. Game is not a rookie when it comes to this. Let's not underestimate what the Game can do. Dude walks into the studio talking about trying to tell the Game how his diss track should be. Trying to tell the Game what his diss track should be. I really don't understand it. How about you do what you say you were going to do and stick with the business and let the Game stick with the music? Game actually knows what he's doing when it comes to these records that circulate on the internet. Maybe he hasn't had the best opportunities after Hate It or Love It and How We Do, with the exception of maybe My Life with Lil Wayne, One Blood with Junior Reed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a lot of people are actually riding the Machine Gun Kelly wave, though. Mega Hustle at 33. A lot of people are actually saying that Machine Gun Kelly's diss song was better than the Game's, and I just don't agree with that. I just don't agree with that at all. You know what I mean? I really just don't agree with that. Yeah, that's another thing that came out in the news about Eminem's Curtain Call album. I believe it moved about double the amount of units that the Game's album used. It moved just about double the amount of units first week as Drillmatic, and we're talking about a greatest hits album. Now, that album did come with a couple new tracks, though. I believe it had a new 50 Cent song on there. I believe it had a new 50 Cent song on there. Damn, you see a lot of people, even in the chat right now, a lot of people do think that Machine Gun Kelly's song was better. And I'm not going to fault anybody for what they think. I'm not going to fault anybody for their opinion. You know what I mean? Everybody can think what they want. Everybody can favor what diss track they want. Whether some people say, yo, Mikey T, the diss track was just simply too long, I'm not going to listen to it. However you really look at it, you know what I mean? Like, I've had multiple people, whether it's your everyday person or it's artists in the game, actually say, yo, that shit was too long, Mikey. It's too long, baby. You know what I'm saying? Song is too long. It's just too long. Yeah, that's crazy. One new track versus 30 brand new tracks. Not to mention the diss song that everyone's been waiting for 5 months. I think one of the blogs I seen earlier today was actually 4 months ago when they started talking about this game diss track. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at the poll now that I see my bro is in there. Wow, I see why he's saying that about give the Black Slim Shady an opportunity to marinate, because in all honesty, the poll's eating it up right now. 300 bars actually has 87% of the votes, you guys. So if you haven't voted in that poll, vote right now. But the game's original diss track on G Unit actually has 78% of the votes. Yeah, Drake curved him on the album. Drake curved him because it was a Wack 100 produced album. You know what I mean? Drake kind of curved him because it was a Wack 100 produced album. It wasn't like the documentary 3. If the game hit Drizzy up, yo, I'm doing the documentary 3, it probably would have been a different story. You know, so let's see. What up, everybody? I see some questions in the chat, y'all. I see some questions in the chat, but make sure you super chat if you want to ask questions. Make sure you super chat if you want to ask questions, you guys. So, and my question is like, why is Wack 100 saying to the game, you can't do this? You can't put out a track that's 10 minutes long. What do you mean you can't do this? He's done this before. But Wack doesn't even know the format that the game is using. First of all, Wack, you diss people on Clubhouse for 90 minutes. You diss people for 90 minutes a day, hours a day, and you have a problem with your artist dissing somebody for 10 minutes? You have a problem with, you know what I'm saying? Your artist dissing somebody for 10 minutes, but you jump on the internet all day and you're dissing people. Victor says 10 minutes is too long, B. 10 minutes is too long, B. No, I listened to the Black Slim Shady a few times. We'll get into my thoughts on it in just a minute. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, it's like, what the hell is Wack talking about? It's like, Wack doesn't even understand the game's format here. Wack 100 talking about, he doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Talking about, you got a problem with your artist dissing someone? Well, you're dissing people all the time, man. Isn't that hypocritical? You're on Clubhouse for hours, dissing people you barely know, people that you think you know, but you don't really know. You know what I'm saying? You're on Clubhouse for hours, man. Wack doesn't even know the formula the game has used. nor does he care. All he knows is that he wants his cut. That's what he wants. What happened to the marketing dollars for the Game's album? Where are those marketing dollars that you said you were saving? 1 second, y'all. That's right. Wack 100 wants his cut. He wants his cut. But then you're going to get your cut, but where'd the marketing dollars go for the album? Where'd they go? Into your box truck? You're going to go reallocate the funds from your box truck company to fund the game? Apparently not. Apparently not. You didn't even go get the NBA Youngboy track. You didn't even do that. How about selling one of your cribs, one of your properties in Detroit, and getting that NBA Youngboy feature? I would do that for an artist if I believed in them. You know what I mean? I would do that. I would do that for an artist if I actually believed in them. Put up some of my own property, put up my own money. A lot of artists do that. You're calling up Drake. Drake's putting aside $1 million feature to do something for you guys again? Nah, not this time. Not for the 100 ENT version of it. So Wack said nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song. No 7-minute song. You're tripping. He made it 10 minutes, and he was right. So Wack was totally disagreeing with it at first. He was totally disagreeing with it, you guys. He thought he was crazy. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song. The Game has had songs on his albums that are 10 minutes before anyways, man. Did you not listen to the Game's most popular albums? The Game actually had more popular albums. The Game actually had more popular albums than the ones that you've been involved with. And on those popular albums, he's had very long tracks. Wasn't the track with Nas like 9 minutes or some shit? Somebody get me a time listing on some of those tracks from The Doctor's Advocate. Not some of them. I know all of them had 3 verses on them. Share this video one time, y'all. I had to come back and hit you with this live 2 days in a row. So Wack said nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song, no 7-minute song. Like, you tripping. He made it 10 minutes, and Wack admits he was right. I can't trip. He was right. That song alone streamed 2.5 million times by itself in the time it's been out. That is a long ass song. Now, because that's what matters. Like I said, like I've told many people, as long as you've got the duration, you keep people around for the duration of your videos, that is what is the most important. That's what's the most important, you guys. Never mind if you keep somebody. Some people love to spin those records, though, that are 2 minutes and 15 seconds over and over and over. You spin them over and over again. You know what I mean? But the Game's, everybody in here should know that the Game's technique, the Game's specialty is keeping us listening for 300 bars. For so many bars. That is what the Game has done. This is his fatality, if you will. The Game legitimately has worked his fans to understand that he's going to put out material that will be over 5 minutes long on the short end. Material that will be 10 to 15 minutes long, and it'll keep you there. Why? Because you're listening to see when's he going to diss this guy? When's he going to diss that guy? The bars are just good. The beat selection is good. I said it. Wack 100 said some bogus ass shit of the Game dissing Eminem on his own beats. I said they need an original beat and they need to put it on the album. They must be watching the videos because they did exactly what I said. So Wack is like, I can't trip. He was right. Of course he was right, which further proves how out of touch you are, Wack. You're not cut for this industry. There's no other way to put it. This is not for you. You're not good at this. Stick to what you're good at. Box trucks, driving around Suge, driving around Blueface. You don't even have, you know what I'm saying? You don't even have merch. There's no merch out to go along with this album. Where are the game t-shirts? Why don't you have merchandise, for crying out loud? It's the easiest thing to do. T-shirts, hoodies. It doesn't got to be no foreign shit. The game had GU Not shirts before. Where are the Drillmatic shirts? Where are the trucker hats? A bucket hat? Give me something. Cameron was selling pink lollipops, pink socks. Where's that Master P mentality? Oh, I'm sorry. You were too busy dissing him last year, right? When you should have been promoting the Drillmatic album. Why didn't Game have a cup of noodles with that mockery? You know what I'm saying? With that mockery that Ray J made at the BET Awards. Oh, dude, congrats, bro. Congrats, bro. You just joined the list. Appreciate you. Well, Pete, Wack 100 said he's way more than a manager, actually. And if you look at the album, I said this in my stream yesterday. If you look at the album, this album is actually on 100 ENT. The game is being more than managed by Wack 100. They are solidified business partners when it comes to this album. Oh. So let's get back into it here, man. Let's get back into it. Because that really got to me. It's like, dude, you could have did anything for the game. You had Ray J at the BET Awards eating cup noodles. Why weren't they the game noodles? The best in the game noodles. Call them that. The best in the game noodles. I get it, though. You're okay with having a box truck company. You know, the game at this point, in my opinion, the game at this point should be selling direct to consumer. They should be able to go to thegame.com and buy the album direct to consumer. Why should Wack get a cut when he's not doing jack shit? That's my opinion. That's my opinion, you guys. If you listen to 300 bars and running, that was what, 15 minutes? Somebody give me an official time on that. And I appreciate that. We just hit over 100 people in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button and share this video with at least one friend. You know what I'm saying? You know, we are all used to the game rapping like that. He had the whole hip hop industry on his One Blood remix, for crying out loud. However annoying that record is, a lot of people probably enjoy it. A lot of people probably enjoy it. But he can keep you in tune for 10 minutes. So I really don't get. I really, honestly, you guys do not get Wack 100 saying 10 minutes, 10 minutes. What do you da? If the game could have sold 300 bars and running on an album, he would have had a very successful album after The Doctor's Advocate. That was his problem. That was the game's problem at that point in time. He couldn't capitalize off that beef like that. He couldn't capitalize off of it. His sales just kept on diminishing and diminishing and diminishing. you'd hear little slight remarks, even on the doctor's advocate. You can't separate it like interscoping. You can't separate me from my mic like interscoping. He blocked out saying 50 Cent, you guys. Let's be realistic about this when we're talking about all the arguments, because I'm going to agree with some things on this side and I'm going to agree with some things on this side. And we're going to have to meet in the middle somewhere. That's how it goes on here. I check out the predicament from both ends of the spectrum. And look at this. We got 300 bars, 14 minutes, 42 seconds. Yeah, Jimmy, that's what the poll is for, bro. That's what the poll is for. That is what the poll is for everybody to vote in the poll. Everybody to vote in the poll. And yeah, look at this. Why You Hate the Game featuring Nas. 9 minutes, 22 seconds. It's Okay. One Blood remix, 11 minutes, 42 seconds. So to me, you guys, that just screams that Wack 100 does not know his artist. That just screams that to me, you guys. That's just what that means to me. That's just kind of what that says to me. But Wack 100 is going off. He's saying that Eminem has to respond to this track. Yeah, exactly. That's another thing he did. And I'm glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't on this one, is use production from other people. Use your own production, capitalize on the diss track. So this is where we're going to get serious, you guys. Wack was also asked about the Game commenting on Eminem's daughter's pictures. Wack is like, what did he say? They told Wack that Game said, can she rap? And Wack is like, so I think what he's doing, he's antagonizing the dude. For one, that's Eminem. I'm an Eminem fan, Wack says. But here goes the problem. Here goes the problem. You responded to MGK for 10% of what the Game done did. This is Wack. This is Wack 100 speaking to Eminem right here, you guys. Game is really a lyricist. He came at you. This is Wack talking to the Game, talking for the Game to Eminem. But you know what? You know what happens when Eminem responds? The stock for 100 ENT goes up. The stock is going up, baby. When Marshall responds, everyone's going to know what 100 ENT is going to be officially in existence. Yep. So basically, he's saying he came at you. He got you on your own shit. He got you on your own shit. Oh my God. Oh my God. He says he got him on his own shit. He came at you. He got you on your own shit. I think the comment on the daughter's picture is icing on the cake. No. Listen, first of all, commenting on Eminem's daughter's picture is just low class. Why are the kids being brought up into this? You know how many people lost respect for the Game doing that? How many people that were actually interested in Drillmatic actually looked at that comment, you know what I mean, as a desperate reach? Haley, bro, does she rap? You're asking that? Look at the girl. You're asking if she raps. What kind of shit are you on? Is that even a serious question? He wants to know if Haley raps. It shows how out of touch you are. Man, what the hell is up with? He wants to know if Haley raps. He literally commented that. The dude who jumped on his first album. The dude who you wanted to give you a tour of 8 Mile, and now you're going to bring that into this whole thing? Do you remember what happened to Ja Rule? When Ja Rule put that infamous last line at the end of Loose Change? Do you remember what happened to Ja Rule? Like Wack said, Game is antagonizing the situation right here. But it just shows me how out of touch he is. You know what I mean? I don't even think she does R&B. She is his daughter. She is rich. Why would she rap? But imagine if that did happen. Imagine if Eminem did pen something for her. You'd look like a clown. The Game got ethered by a female. You sure you want that? So before you do the jabs, really ask yourself, is that really what you were prepared for? Bet you didn't expect me to take it that way. So Wack is like, it's kind of like because he went at MGK. If he does not respond to Game, it's going to look like he was scared. So Wack 100 is saying that the Game, if he doesn't get a response from M, like MGK got a response from M, he's saying this just means Eminem is scared. He's saying this means Eminem is scared, you guys. I'm about to put up a new poll because it's evident that 300 bars took that one. Who are you backing? Guys, I'm putting up a new poll for everybody. Y'all can vote in the poll right now. Y'all can vote in the poll right now. Vote in that poll right now, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. So Wack said it's kind of like because he went at MGK. If he does not respond to Game, it's going to look like he was scared of the fade. The fact that he responded to MGK, now here he goes and he releases some shit on your own shit. I feel like he's got to because of that. Wow, so now you're really just flattering yourself. So now you're really just flattering yourself. You think he's got to? Why do you think he's got to? You think Eminem is struggling, staying afloat with a box truck company and property in Detroit? You think Eminem bought up the whole 8 Mile? What makes you think Eminem even has to? MGK? Yeah, that was a long time ago. Maybe he rubbed him the wrong way, but Game, Eminem probably listened to 300 bars. He knows his MO. Why would he fall for the bait? For the love of the sport? But why do it? There's nothing in it for him. There's nothing in it for Eminem. Everybody in this chat knows that Eminem's response will destroy the Game. It'll destroy that 10-minute diss. But for what? For you to have a 10-minute reply diss ready? Eminem is not playing into this silly little game with y'all. You would have to pay Eminem to diss you. Can you afford to pay him to diss you, Game? Nah, you can't afford to pay him to diss you because you can't even afford to pay NBA Youngboy. You can't even afford the NBA Youngboy feature. You know, you got to pay for that type of promotion. Let's just be real. You got to hit him on the DM. Hit him on the DM, right? Hit him on the DM and beg him to diss. Beg him to diss you. Wack, Hit him on the DM and beg him to diss your artist. I'll send you a bank check. But you can't do that. You can't do that because you got Cash App. That's all you got is Cash App money. But guess what? Eminem doesn't accept Cash App. You're not worth a response. You know, the diss was not that good. Yeah, it had some bars. I liked it when it first came out, but let's be honest, it has no replay value. It had shock value. Shock value and replay value are two different things. That was last week's news, right? The Black Slim Shady, that was last week's news. It was the controversial thing to do. You know, it was the way for the game to get his name in everyone's mouth because everyone knows Wack 100 was not doing it. Wack 100 was running around dissing everybody for 3 hours on Clubhouse. Hour after hour, day after day. And then he walks into the studio and he sees the game. And he sees the game recording a 7-minute response to Eminem. And he says, that's too long. No, what is too long is all of these videos with Wack 100 responding to every single topic that has absolutely nothing to do with him. But you're going to criticize the game when this is the game's MO? The game is known for having longer songs. The artist that stuck with the art of putting 3 verses on a record throughout his first 3 albums before he more recently decided to rein it in. Before he decided to rein it in more recently and, you know, get acclimated with the times of today. Look what the game did. He did everything right. The game did everything right for Drillmatic to be let down at the end. A man gets a budget for an album. A man gets a budget for an album based on the game's name. The game doesn't pay for features. I got to respect that. But you know what? The game used his name to get a budget. When you get a budget, then you use that budget accordingly. They flopped on the budget, you guys. There were so many factors that would have basically taken their budget and put more money in their hands based on the fact that Wack runs the internet right now. That was in their favor. That's in their favor. So why can't they take another portion of those marketing dollars and put them towards the features that really deserve to be there? Where's the Fabio Foreign music video? Was there a Fabio Foreign music video? I'm pretty sure he's on the album. Like, where's the NBA Youngboy music video to follow up his single with Kanye West? Wack 100, you had a platinum album right in front of you. You legitimately had a double disc. You had your double disc that you marketed as some cheap-ass mixtape. You had a double disc. You had All Eyes on Me. You had Life After Death. You had a double disc album from one of the greatest rappers of all time, top 25. I'm giving the game that. You had a top 25 of all time recording artist, and you botched it. You botched it, Wack. You had a double disc, 15 tracks per disc. I think it was 32, so you could have did 16. You had Nipsey Hussle on the album. That got taken away. You had NBA Youngboy on the album. You gave that up. You've got features from the likes of Fabio Foreign and Cameron, and you're doing nothing with them. What sense does that make? What marketing sense does that make, you guys? So Wack said the fact that he responded to MGK to ignore this. Now, let me tell you what he can't do. Game put him in a trick bag. He can't get any help. That's game. That's the game. That's game all the way. He can't let 50 say a word on there. Well, my first response to that is the Game called Eminem out to go work with Dr. Dre. The Game called Eminem out to go have 50 Cent, quote unquote, write his shit. It wasn't 50 Cent writing Eminem. 50 Cent didn't write Lose Yourself. 50 Cent did not write Not Afraid. 50 Cent did not write the Eminem songs. When 50 Cent and Eminem got together, the greatest song we got from them was Patiently Waiting, Don't Push Me. After that, they went into territory that I'd rather not discuss. After that, they released Gatman and Robin, Peep Show, Psycho, records where 50 Cent was trying to transition into Eminem's market, tap into some new fans. Why? Because you don't want to just continuously beat the same fans in the head. Eminem working with 50 Cent, 50 is going to try and use that to tap into other markets, which is very smart of 50. I actually didn't realize that until this very moment, you guys. I actually did not realize that until this very moment because I've always pretty much disregarded those songs. I've always never really liked those songs, but in all honesty, 50 was obviously trying to tap into a whole nother market. You could tell by the way that they even did the Gatman and Robin music video. You know what I'm saying? 50 was trying to do some different things. So I got to give a little bit of respect on that. But let's be real. The Game gave Wack 100 a double album. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what? Hello? I want to know what you're talking about when you ask 50 going to give Eminem help? What are you talking about? What help? You're talking about one of the, you know what I mean? If I asked you to name your top 5 lists, if I asked you to name your top 5, Eminem would probably be in it. What help does Eminem need? You need help. You think M needs 50 to save him on this? Your delusional mind thinks Eminem needs 50 Cent and D12 to save him. He could go get Obi Trice. You know, this reminds me of when Jay-Z was telling Memphis Bleak to diss people like, yo, Bleak, diss this guy. What help does 50 need to give Eminem? You know what I'm saying? What help does he need? The diss wasn't even that good. The diss wasn't even that good in reality. You're talking about a person that is literally on top of the world. A person with the lyrical ability to smash the Game to smithereens. What are you talking about? Help. And if M told 50 to diss the Game, 50 would ether him. 50 would ether the Game. There would be Back Down Part 2. How about that? M doesn't even have to respond. M doesn't even have to respond to the Game because 50 Cent is a loyal person. That wasn't a fake gimmick when he said, M, you know you my favorite white boy, right? That wasn't no fake gimmick. Eminem told 50 Cent, your life is going to change. I'm going to fall back. Do y'all remember that? He told him, I'm going to fall back. 50 was amazed and shocked that Eminem told him that. He's never had somebody do that, something like that for him. But what Wack fails to realize is that Eminem is one of the artists that the culture accepts. You know what I'm saying? MGK, questionable. Some people like him, but Eminem has done the unthinkable. M has done the unthinkable. But like I said, you guys, if Eminem actually called on the help of 50 Cent, if Eminem actually called on the help of 50 Cent, 50 would come and smash him. But Eminem has the ability to lyrically smash him into smithereens. To lyrically smash him into smithereens. Wack said he wasn't bothered by the Super Bowl. Oh, Jesus. He wasn't bothered by the Super Bowl. I got to have a smoke for this one, you guys. We're going to get into the Super Bowl. I guess we're getting in. This is what all of this reinstated beef is about. This is why the Black Slim Shady exists. This is why the game is now dissing 50 Cent again after running him down in all those nightclubs. After running down on 50 in all those nightclubs. Yo, Fifth, let me buy a bottle of champagne with you. Let me take a picture. Let me talk to you in your ear for 5 minutes in a nightclub with the Migos playing in the background. Please miss me with all that shit, bro. Miss me with all that groupie love, all that D-riding without a helmet. D-riding without a helmet. Get ready for the T-shirts. Coming soon. We got too many dudes out here D-riding without a helmet. Strap on. Put the helmet on if you're going to be D-riding like that. Pause. Dudes is out here doing the most. Dudes is out here doing the most right now. So Wack is saying that he wasn't bothered by the Super Bowl. We did a Super Bowl party. He really enjoyed the performance. He really enjoyed the performance. Yeah, it was probably the best Super Bowl performance that we've probably seen since Aerosmith and Run DMC do it one year together. You know what I'm saying? We don't really get too many dope ones, you know? But I'm not even going to front like that. Like I'm all the way tapped in and shit like that. You know, you hear about some of the controversial ones, like what would happen with Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. And then sometimes it's just like, what? What do they got on? So when you heard about Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? When you heard about Jay-Z and you hear about, Dr. Dre, and then you like just start to put in your mind what the set could be. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who did envision the game actually being on the set. Now, I did an interview with Kid that I'm dropping tomorrow that y'all need to check out, where he gave his thoughts on this. He had some very interesting thoughts about this. And make sure y'all go check out Kid's new single, Crooks. New album, Street Fame, coming soon. Major respect to Kid. Oh, maybe it was Nelly performing Aerosmith's joint. I guess it was Nelly actually performing Aerosmith's joint that one time. Yeah, when Nelly performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Beyonce. Oh, shout out to the Beehive. Shout out to the Beehive. My bad. Damn, I like that, John. He said, salute Mikey T from Chicago. Much love to Chicago. Everyone tapping in from there. M clearly said in Like Toy Soldiers that he would never ask anyone in his group, that he'd never ask anyone to help him in a beef. Yeah. Yo, shout out Kid. Kid's that guy. Kid is that guy. Anyways, back to the Super Bowl conversation. Because Wack said that game wasn't bothered by the Super Bowl. We did a Super Bowl party. He really enjoyed their performance. I know when he's bothered. Wack knows when game's bothered. All right. He's like they really did their thing. I had to censor his word on there. Sometimes I don't like to be saying everything that these guys be saying. We understand what that was. Now, you got to remember Jay-Z. Bro, you don't need to tell me to remember Jay-Z. Like, that's not something you need to do. Like, if anything, I need to remember Wack 100 in this album. Stop telling me to remember Jay-Z. And how about you tell the people to remember Drillmatic, the album? He's not even promoting Drillmatic on this album, on this new Clubhouse episode. He's not even promoting Drillmatic again. What is going on with this guy? Remember Jay-Z. I grew up watching Jay-Z. Remember Jay-Z. I have no problem remembering Jay-Z. Now, in about 3 months' time frame, I'm going to have a problem remembering what Drillmatic is. But anyways, let's move on. Sorry for that outburst. So, you got to remember Jay-Z. Note. Remember Jay-Z. Jay-Z is over there, and you know him and Jay-Z done had their shit. Remember when Jay-Z told Jermaine Dupri and he took the job? So he was so Jay-Z is over that. So he was at a Super Bowl party and I was watching him. He was performing everyone's shit. So I'm back with Wack now. So he was performing everyone's shit. I'm picturing the game performing everyone's shit. Dude probably popped up backwards acting like 50 Cent. Dude probably popped up upside down acting like 50 Cent when he performed and shit like that. But I don't remember what Wack was saying when he remember what Jay-Z told Jermaine Dupri and he took the job. That's not coming back to memory. Can anybody speed me up on that? But so Jay-Z is over that. So he was at the Super Bowl party and I was watching him and he was performing everyone's shit while they were doing it. Would he have liked to be there? Of course. But he was not in his feelings over it. He wasn't bothered. He wasn't in his feelings. Listen to these things that Wack 100 is talking about and saying about the game's emotions when he's talking about the fact that he knows the game. So the game wasn't bothered. So why did he go on 3 or 4 platforms and talk about why he wasn't invited if he wasn't bothered? That just goes to show you that you don't even know your own artist, Wack. You don't even know how crushed he was by that. He couldn't sleep for a week. I bet he couldn't sleep for a week straight. I would have been sick. After that. I didn't get him invited. I thought I was core. Nah, man, it was the three-headed monster, bro. It was the three-headed monster, bro. You know what I'm saying? You're talking about, what are you talking about? He wasn't bothered. That was probably the only thing on his mind the entire week. Go back on my page if you're watching this. I bet you I got a couple videos of the game crying about the Super Bowl. Game is back on his crybaby shit. It made me look like, you know what I'm saying? It made me look at him like the person like that's arguing with a bouncer. You know what I'm saying? It made me really look at him like, imagine that person that's arguing with a bouncer. He's like, yo, check the RSVP list, man. I'm on there, man. I'm definitely invited. And the bouncer's like, no, you're not on the list. They don't want you there. Yeah, M said it. I'll only do it if 50 does it. But 50 didn't say I'll only do it if Game is there. You wish you had somebody loyal to you like that. Oh, wait. You do. Wack 100. Wack 100 is so loyal to you. You're so lucky to have such a great manager. All of it would have took was one word from 50 Cent, and you would have been there. Poof. How We Do would have started playing right after In the Club went off. All the dancers were already on the set at the Super Bowl. You would have popped right in there for your little 45-second spot, and history would have been made. And all it would have took was one word from 50, and all it would have took from you was loyalty. That's all. All that would have happened just from being loyal. But no, you wanted to be you not. You made your choice. You made your bed. Now you got to lay in it, Game. You got to lay in your bed that you made, man. You did it to yourself. Like, in all honesty, you did it to yourself because 50 Cent would have been there to support you. 50 Cent would have made sure you performed, in my opinion. Had you played your position, had the game played his position, 50 Cent would have made sure he ate. 50 Cent would have made sure that he got that position at the Super Bowl to be remembered in history forever, because that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. When all this is over and they pull up those logs of those Super Bowls, you guys, and we have the 60, 70, 100, whatever Super Bowls there's been in our time in existence, and they come to it. And whoever's looking at it in 1,000 years from now, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to look at it and they're going to see the halftime show from the Super Bowl. And the game will not have been there. And that is what is eating him alive. I believe it would eat me alive every single day. The fact that you're not going to be remembered in that time capsule of history. When Jimmy Iovine, the rumor was about them being the hip hop Beatles, they weren't lying. They weren't lying when they said this about you. Don't you guys remember Michael Jackson bought the catalog of the Beatles? It was one of his most prestigious assets. Like, that's what this dude who envisioned Dre beats and envisioned Death Row and gave Dr. Dre a chance to be the doctor of hip hop. You know what that means when you're the doctor of hip hop? You do things like put rappers name the game together and you make sure they're fully functional and they operate like this is how we do. You make sure you're fully functional. Make sure you operate. Look what they did with 50 Cent. They put him back together again. Columbia Records didn't know what the hell to do. Put him with Beyonce. Get his song on the movie soundtrack. They didn't know what to do. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. And who did the game find, y'all? When Jimmy Henchman, when it was Bon Voyage Jimmy, you know what I'm saying? When it was Bon Voyage Jim, Jimmy Henchman, peace out. You know, Jimmy got locked up and the game was left without a manager. The game's career being removed from Aftermath. It was starting to, you know what I mean? It was getting a little shaky, to be real with y'all. Come the third album, it started to get really shaky, especially when that single with Keisha Cole didn't take off. It got shaky. But then he got a new manager, y'all. Who did he get? He got Wack 100 to bring him back to life. Wack said, look at what you got. Look at what you got, Wack said. You got Dre. Eminem is signed to Dre. 50 is signed to Eminem. Snoop, that's what it is. Couldn't I get a little bit more of a breakdown about Snoop? Snoop is the protege of Dr. Dre, not the game. What album came after The Chronic? It wasn't the documentary. It's like 10 years in between those albums. Dude doesn't want to give people their credit. Dr. Dre was not the doctor's advocate. Snoop Dogg was the doctor's advocate. Dudes be gassed up off these names. Nobody even remembers about that album, The Doctor's Advocate. He named it that because he was trying to make people think he was still working with Dre. He was trying to make, that was a part of the marketing campaign. Don't tell me. I bought the album. You bought the album still looking to see if Dre was on the shit. He even did that with the next album. I think they put some Dre skits on the next album. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It was on one of the next two albums. Dre reappeared. Because once the beef was pretty much over, G Unit was over. It was like, ah, shit, G Unit's over now that the game did all this. G Unit is over, you guys. But listen to this. This is one of the most ridiculous comments I've ever heard in hip hop history. This is one of the most ridiculous comments. This is more ridiculous than the comment that than the game should have been there performing at the Super Bowl. Look at what you got. You got Dre. M is signed to Dre. 50 is signed to M. Snoop, that's what it is. The oddball was really Mary J. Mary J was the oddball, but that's New York. That's Jigga. Let's be real. The oddball was Mary. It wasn't him. Yo, I need everybody to share this video one time. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button. Put some respect on that like button right now. Ha! No, the oddball is not Mary J. The oddball is not Mary J. First of all, big shout out to the R&B queen, Mary J. Blige. Dr. Dre loves Mary J. Blige. Do you know that Dr. Dre has produced for Mary? Gives Mary beats for the low, I'm sure. Dre was so impressed with Mary, he invited her to his personal studio to do listening reviews, maybe even work on new material. God knows what they was cooking up, man. So what are you talking about? Mary is the oddball. He has an immense amount of respect for Mary. And no, it's not no New York thing. It's not no New York thing. Mary, you know what I'm saying? If Mary was from South Carolina, she would have been there. What oddball? She's not the oddball. She is the R&B legend. Why wouldn't she be there? And did she have to push a little bit harder to get her? And did Dre have to push a little bit harder to get her on? Maybe. But it's called talent respects talent. It doesn't matter what area, the region. But of course, you're thinking it's a New York thing. You sound silly saying that shit. Wack saying, if you look at that, 50 signed to M and then Eminem, that's the West Coast. So I got all that. M wasn't the oddball in that lineup. Nobody is saying that Eminem was the oddball in that lineup either. Nobody is saying that Mary J. Blige. No one is saying that Kendrick Lamar, Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is saying anybody was the oddball in the situation. The only thing that people are saying is that if the game was there, he would have been the oddball. The game would have been the odd man out if he was actually there. If he was there, I mean, shit, now I understand where Kid is coming from when he gave his answer about that. Y'all need to tune into that tomorrow. Kid speaking on the Super Bowl, the game, getting blocked off of it, dropping tomorrow. Plus, we speaking on a whole lot, Mizan and all that shit. Salute to Kid. Like I said, his new single, Crooks, is out now. He's got a new video dropping tomorrow. Street Fame on the way. Real is Rare out now. What up, Trinidad? Trinidad James was the GOAT. Where the hell did that comment come from? Salute to Trinidad James, though. He's given me a lot of respect over the years. You know what I'm saying? Couple interviews. Couple interviews, man. So listen. Someone said that in this clubhouse that Eminem ain't going to respond. Game is going to give him 750 bars. Oh, Jesus. Eminem ain't going to respond. So now let's see what Wack 100 said. Let's see what Wack 100 said about Eminem not responding, you guys. Let's see what he had to say about Eminem not responding. This is going to be interesting. Excuse me. He said, I'm telling you all this. If he would have never responded to MGK, I would have said M doesn't need to respond. But that fact that he responded to MGK with their back and forth, and MGK didn't do the damage 10% of what the game did on this 10-minute track for you to respond, it's gonna look like something. It's gonna look like something. You know what I mean? I think the problem is you keep thinking just because he did that with MGK, like just because he did that with MGK, he's going to do that with you in the game. Like he did that for the love of the sport. He doesn't need to do that with you because you're salty and dying for attention. MGK, guess what? He still went on to become successful. He is actually doing better than he ever was, stepping out of hip hop. But look at you. You resorted to dissing somebody that you came into the game with, someone who actually helped you. This was Wack 100's rescue plan. What if he doesn't respond? What if you don't get your lifeboat? Is there a plan B? You dumped your NBA Youngboy feature. Well, how about this? I got a great idea. Why don't you let your artist shine and just use his talent alone? Why does controversy always have to be involved? Oh, that's right. Because you can't get your artist exposure. You can't get your artist that exposure without actually dissing anyone. Just rap, bro. Just rap, bro. People will like you. Why do you have to diss someone? Why do you got to name drop? Oh, that's right. It's for the attention. So now it's not about the music. It's about this guy needs the attention. This guy needs the attention. Well, guess what? You have to pay for promotion. You know how many people diss me on a regular basis? Mikey T, da 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 da. You think I'm gonna respond to everyone? If I did, I'd look like I'm salty. I'd look like I'm bitter. You know, kind of like you look on Clubhouse, kind of like that, kind of like how Wack 100 looks on Clubhouse. You think that's a good look? Dissing whoever disses you? Everybody share this video, y'all. Everybody share this video, y'all. Right now, hit that like button. Share this video. You think that's a good look, dissing everybody that disses you? You know, half the time the person dissing you is jealous of you. Don't you know that? The reason they don't like you, it's because they actually want to be you. I need everybody to share this video one time. We're keeping it the realest on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell, all that shit. All that shit, y'all. Wack said, I will tell you this. He had a couple of sessions that was closed. What? Your artist is having closed sessions? How the hell are you the CEO of an artist? How do you have an artist signed and he has a closed session? He said, I will tell you this. He had a couple closed sessions that I couldn't even get into. Wack couldn't even get in, y'all. He don't go out. Excuse me. He doesn't go out into the jungle without a full backpack. Without a full backpack. And this is in regard to the diss, you guys. This is in regard to the diss. So Wack 100 basically is thinking that the game, although he dissed him once, he may diss him again. He's saying he doesn't go into the jungle without a full backpack. You remember last time it was 100 bars and then 300 bars. He's already probably got some shit ready, knowing him. I ain't heard it. But knowing him, I wouldn't doubt it. And guys, before I get into that, let me go grab another Red Bull, y'all. Just give me 1 second. But I'm about to go in on that, man. Wack 100 is getting locked out of sessions. He's getting locked out of sessions. Is the game fitting to drop Wack 100? He's getting locked out of sessions, y'all. I'm fitting to roast this dude. John says Game is going to drop 500 bars on Wack. He's going to go over every single person that he dissed. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, y'all. Put some respect on that like button. We're about to go over this right here, man. Sorry about that. So it's like Wack 100 is getting locked out of sessions. You know, that just really goes to show you how much weight that he really holds. You know what I'm saying? You know how many rapper sessions that I get into while they're actually recording? This actually says a lot when you can't even get into your own artist session. It tells me everything that I need to know. That tells me that you're walking in complaining, just like you said. Oh, you're making a 10-minute song. It's because Game doesn't want to inform you. He probably doesn't feel like he has to hide. You know what I mean? He probably, he actually probably feels like he has to hide. What is he? How is he looking, feeling that he has to hide from his own manager? His manager is going to come in and criticize the length of his music. Give your artist the creative control to produce his own content. You know what I'm saying? That's like Mace saying, P. Diddy, you can't come in here while I'm recording. What type of relationship do you guys have? What's your relationship, man? Imagine if Mace said that. Imagine Mace is like, I'm doing the new $MA$E, but I don't want you to hear it. Get lost, Diddy. Locking you out the studio, man. Imagine that. That tells you everything you need to know right there, you guys, about Wack 100. People are asking if Eminem responds, what angle is he going to take? Eminem can take as many different angles as he wants. You know what I'm saying? Eminem, the Game has left the board pretty open. Even though the Game covered a lot of his bases by bringing up Change of Heart and bringing up things like that, the Game opened the board, a 10-minute board. You think Eminem can't go for 10 minutes? Like if you really want to make this like the longest diss tracks in hip hop history, if that's what you want to go for, I think Eminem is going to be able to meet you there. You say things like bring Dr. Dre involved. You say things like bring 50 Cent in. That's what the Game is saying. But Wack 100 is contradicting what his artist is saying, you guys. Somebody that's listened to the Black Slim Shady, tell me. The Game had a hook at the end where he's saying something about Dre. The Game in his verse said something about go get 50 to write this shit for you, right? The Game is telling him to involve these other artists from Three-Headed Monster. And now Wack 100 is saying that he can't. And now look what Wack says here. He's going to have to sit down with 50. 50 is going to have to help him with that. So just a minute ago, you're saying that 50 can't help him, but now you're saying that 50 is going to have to help him. It's like these guys just like using Eminem's name in the same sentence with 50 Cent. They just like saying 50 Cent. The Game just likes dissing 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? He might as well release a 50 Cent diss album just like Ja Rule did. You might sell more units. Ja Rule moved 110,000 units first week with Blood in My Eye. The Game might as well release a whole 50 Cent diss album. I know you got enough tracks in the cut. I know you got 12 50 Cent diss songs in the cut. But yeah, so Wack says he's going to have to sit down with 50. 50's going to have to help him with that. No, he's not. Why do you keep saying and thinking that Eminem needs 50 to dig up dirt on the game? The game for a long time has had his dirt already exposed. He doesn't need 50 to tell him anything groundbreaking. He could, but you're not worth it. He's got so much dirt already that he could use. Oh, 50 needs to give him ammo. Eminem's joint is loaded. Thinks 50 needs to give him ammo. 50, Eminem's loaded up. 50 doesn't need to give him no ammo. This ain't my buddy. Eminem is loaded up, ready to go. Loaded. Already, you know what I mean? He doesn't need it from 50. He could tell 50, yo, Fifth, make Back Down Part 2 and shit all on these dudes right now. Why is he sitting down asking 50 for help when he could just tell 50 to finish him off? Do you play Mortal Kombat? Huh? Eminem is going to give 50 the fatality code. Imagine if Eminem did that and 50 Cent would just end the game's career instead of riding the buzz and seeing if it's actually helping. Nope. Wack thinks controversy's good. You never thought about it like maybe he should rap and let the talent speak, right? Controversy's just too good. You know what I'm saying? When somebody actually has music like the game, like I was talking about on a few streams ago, when the game actually came out and was releasing records like Celebration, All Eyes, you know what I'm saying? And working with people outside of that Aftermath G Unit camp, outside of even the general hip hop audience. Game comes back, releases 100 with Drake, and dudes are still pressed on him actually. People are still pressed on him actually just dissing and releasing 300 bar like records. No, can't we just focus on the talent of what we got? But like I said, we might get more offerings from the game. We might even see more Drillmatic albums. We're going to have to wait and see. If you're just tapping in, voting the poll, I want to know who are you guys backing? Who are y'all rocking with? You guys rocking with Eminem? You guys rocking with Eminem, or are you rocking with or are you guys rocking with the game? Let me know. So let's get back into it here. My bad about that, you guys. Eminem's mic skills were brought up. The methods of his swapping voices. You know what I mean? Wack said Dr. Dre is going to advise him against it because he knows game. Whoa. Dr. Dre is going to advise Eminem against it. It looks like the very next day, literally the very next day after the Black Slim Shady dropped, Eminem was taking a picture with Dr. Dre. Eminem was taking a picture with Snoop Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Eminem literally went and linked up with his OGs, the guys who he collaborated with on his first and second albums. Snoop Dogg actually showed Eminem a lot of love. If you don't remember, go look up the tracks. They share tracks, sequels. They've been working with each other for a number of years, and they still continue to work with one another. They don't tell stories on the internet about how dudes didn't sign them when they rapped in front of them. You never heard Eminem talking any kind of crazy story about Snoop Dogg, about Dre. You even see Eminem showing love to people like Corrupt, people that he has an immense amount of respect for. Lloyd Banks. What do you hear the Game do? You hear the Game talk about, oh, I rap for Snoop Dogg, and then it was like, yo, he's not gonna sign me. What are you trying to say? You trying to say that Snoop Dogg couldn't just change somebody's life in the snap of his finger? Like, come on, man. Let's not try to change the narrative of our OGs. We all know what we know Snoop Dogg for. Snoop Dogg could change anybody's life like that. So the reality is you just didn't impress Snoop Dogg. That's what the reality of it is. You just didn't. What'd you do? A little bit too much name dropping? Or were you not name dropping? Or did you do that same freestyle that you did when you pulled up to battle Kanye West in front of a group of girls? You know what I'm saying? You got to know about delivery. You have to know about presentation as well. When you step up and you do a show, when you go and do a show, right? When you go out and you do a show and you see what the audience is like, you got to be able to have that connection with your DJ so that they could change the music that's about to go on, if that's the case. But the Game doesn't need that. Every time he goes up, he performs how we do. Doesn't matter, whatever audience he's in. Hole in the Wall nightclub, big performance venue. That's why he's so expected to be at the Super Bowl. Sorry, some shit just doesn't, just because your shit sold 5 million, sorry, everybody that sells 5 million doesn't necessarily get to be showcased at the Super Bowl. We're looking for Diamond. We're looking for those artists that continued to sell records after their first and second LP. What did Eminem say? What was that line about? After your second LP, you're destined to fail. After LAX, what happened? Just being real. So Wack said Dr. Dre is going to advise him against it because he knows game. You're not ready to fight because he's going to keep on. Just be quiet. He ain't going to stop. He raps. Everybody share this video one time. Wack 100 said he ain't going to stop. He raps. He can rap because the song was originally 7 minutes. I said, what's this song? It's 7 minutes. He looked at me and said, you think it's too long? So we're getting the actual story of how the Black Slim Shady was made here, you guys. I need everybody to share this video one time. Let's get 200 people in here. We're getting the real story from Wack 100 of how the Black Slim Shady was created. He said the song was originally 7 minutes. I said, what is this song 7 minutes? He looked at me and he said, you think it's too long? Entirely too long. He said, okay, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it up. I left for 2 to 3 hours and came back and said, he said, you want to hear the new version? First of all, let me go over that right there. First of all, flag on the play. Flag on the play, party foul, artist foul, however you want to look at it. First of all, you should have been with the Game in the studio, not locked out. You could have actually heard the record while he was recording it. He's asking you, do you want to hear it? You should have been there while he was recording it. I mean, he's only dissing the biggest rapper in the game. But Clubhouse, oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, everybody. Clubhouse is more important. Clubhouse is more important. Right. I got to go. So the fact is, do you want to hear it? Really? He has to ask you a question like that. You're his CEO, his business partner, his manager, whatever title you want to take. He's got to ask you, do you want to hear it? Really, bro? Great managing skills. Amazing. I wonder what hot act you're going to sign next. I just can't wait to find out. I'm wondering who's going to be next with 100 ENT. You know, every artist is probably even analyzing this right now. Whatever upcoming rapper that's watching my videos is going to say, note to self. They're going to be like, note to self, don't sign with this bozo. So Wack went on. He said, yeah. I said, yeah. Game's like, you want to hear the new version? He's like, I said, yeah. They started it. And then Wack is like, I started the clock. On my phone. I thought he was saying on his watch. He started the clock on his phone. I got 6 minutes. I got the 6 minutes. I said, what did he fix it by a minute? It got to 7 minutes, 8 minutes. He's looking back, smirking. Game doesn't give a damn about what Wack 100 says. He deliberately, he did some Charlemagne disrespecting Birdman shit right here. He literally went in and recorded the song longer just because Wack 100 made the suggestion of it actually being shorter. Can you guys believe that? I legitimately can't believe that shit, you guys. Like, I legitimately can't believe that the game literally disobeyed. It's not like disobeyed an order, but it's like he disobeyed the advice of somebody that was helping him produce the album. So he's like, it gets up, he's looking back, smirking when it's at 8 minutes, 9, 10. I'm like, you made it longer? He said, I told you I was going to fix it for you. He said, you think it's too long still? I said, nah, it's perfect. It would have been 12 minutes. So I guess if Wack would have told him it was long, he thinks that the game would have gone back in and actually made it 12 minutes. So Wack 100 actually just told him it was cool, which is like a yes man type of thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are a music executive, Wack 100 was apparently alongside Ray J when Ray J put out his most successful album. It's like, what are you bringing to the table, man? You know what I'm saying? You done told the world that you're putting out a record label. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of like Treyway Shady came in and took over and started taking over a record label and actually had the respect of people. You've got people's respect right now, Wack 100, and you actually allowed the game to walk all over you. You know, you had a suggestion, you had a thought in your mind when the track was 7 minutes long that it should actually be shorter. You were thinking it should be condensed down to maybe 4.5 minutes, maybe something along those lines. And then you come back and the track is literally add on 3.5 minutes. So it's literally the amount of time that he adds a whole nother song to the amount of time that you thought the song should have actually been. And then you just said it was cool. You obviously didn't think that was cool. So it's like, wow. It's like, are you serious, Wack? Are you really a CEO? Are you really an executive? Like, so you're flip-flopping, you know. In one instance, you're telling an artist what to do with his career. You're like, yo, you need to change that. You need to make it better. And like I said, you shouldn't be censoring your artist. But now you're not even sticking to what you say. You could have dramatically affected the outcome of this Drillmatic album by that move right there. You wonder why the album sold 25,000 first week. You want to brag about 2.5 million views? Wack 100 wants to brag about 2.5 million views. Maybe if the song was 2.5 minutes, it would have done 20 million views. Can you argue with that? Can you argue with that? Can you argue with that? Maybe I should do a little mathematics here for y'all. Maybe we should do a little mathematic on it. Okay, so the song was 10 minutes. So it would be 10. So it's 10 times 2,500,000. So that is 25 million. That's 25 million minutes played. So let's see. 2.5 times 20 million, though. 50 million. Double. All Wack 100 had to do was listen to himself. All he had to do was listen to himself. But no. On his first label outing of 100 ENT, he has to let the game run all over him. You're getting locked out of the studio sessions and you're letting the artist run all over you. I just did the math right in front of your face. 2.5 million views. 2.5 million views on a 10-minute track. 25 million minutes watched. Okay? But if Wack 100 stuck to his gut, yo, we got to make this song shorter. 2.5 minutes. 3 minutes. Let's make it like a real diss song from today. We don't need to. Come on, that was 2005. Shout out to my bro, Clark. I see you, baby. What up, bro? You messing with me on these numbers, Clark? Because, yo, if the record was 2.5 million views, 2.5 minutes, maybe they do 10 times the amount of views. Maybe they do 20 million views. Eminem's diss on Machine Gun Kelly did 39 million views in one single day. One single day. In multiple days, the Black Slim Shady does 2.5 million views. It's considerable because we heard the numbers that Wack put up there before about Yeezy's record, Ye's record with the game, Easy, 10 million views. It's crazy. It's crazy. Everybody put some respect on First Class Films' name. Everybody put some respect on the likes. Put some respects on the likes tonight. I just had to go off on that for a minute and do some math on y'all. Because reading that, it just clicked in my mind. Because Wack 100 is the one that's popping right now, right? Realistically, it's Wack 100. He's the one that's popping. Sure, the game puts out music. You know what I mean? He's there. You know, he's going to, but Wack 100 is supposed to be putting the music out. Wack 100 has everybody's attention. Wack 100 should know what the people want to see. And then he got played by his own artist. The game said, he said, you think it's too long still? I said, nah, it's perfect. It could have been 12 minutes. He thought if he would have told the game again, yo, it's too long, bro. It's too long, bro. If he thought if he would have told the game it's too long, he thinks the game would have went and made it 12. Maybe if you would have stood on your beliefs, maybe the game would have respected you as an executive producer. Instead, you folded. You folded. You think Shady ever folded when 6ix9ine tried to tell him some shit? Come on, you think 50 Cent is folding when Young Buck? That's why you had a disagreement with Fifth, though, wasn't it? Because he wasn't folding. Game has a problem with everybody that won't fold, apparently. And that's why he never reproduced an album as good as the documentary. I hate to say it. I love The Doctor's Advocate, but it just wasn't as good as he tapped back into that old game. He tapped back into that untold story game, if truth is being told. Let's be real when we're talking about it, you guys. He put that deep tone back in his voice. It's like, whoa, game. Chill out, man. We ain't doing all that, man. Let's go back to the G Unit. Who was mixing? It's all about the mixing, right? Who was mixing The Doctor's Advocate? I think that's what the problem was. Because when they mix your voice nice and right, it's going to take you to that spot. It's going to take you to that place. But my question is, if it was so perfect, Why did it only get spins for a week? You were the talk of the town for 4 days. So if it's so perfect, where's the replay value? Huh? Where's that replay value? How come nobody is talking about it this week? Why isn't nobody talking about it this week? I'm the only one talking about it this week. How come you're not the hot topic no more? The sales came out. Everybody kind of said, oh, shit. Game is going to have to remember this as his worst first week sales in life. 24,959. I'm shaking. I'm shook. How does somebody go from commanding the attention of 580,000 people? Screw that. How does somebody go from attaining the attention of 5 million people? How does 50 should have kept those records? 50 should have kept Hate It or Love It. Why does 50 start off Hate It or Love It if it's your record? Why does 50 Cent start off Hate It or Love It if that's your record? Huh? Why do you say fresh like I think we might have to examine that a little bit more. Where does the make it say come from? I think we might have to examine that a little bit more if we're really going to talk about it. Dudes be talking, oh, I said that part first. Come on, man. Are we talking about really the introduction to a verse? Fresh like Impala da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Like what? That's not the hook. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I should bring up the lyrics. Yeah, the hook is. Yep, and then he says 50, but that's the start of their verses. Please, bro, don't tell me that you wrote the start of your verse. You don't need to tell me, like, bro, like if I have a concern about you having wrote the start of your verse, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying? If I'm having issues with, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about no Jay-Z, Dr. Dre shit, because obviously some people have writers and it just comes off so crisp. Sometimes people writing for people and it sounds like trash. You know what I'm saying? But we're not going to bring into the way that people bridge in the beginnings and the endings of their verses. We're not going to bring up how each member of G Unit actually sung the hook of Hate It or Love It following their verse. We're not going to bring in things like that, you guys. That is one thing we're not going to do, y'all. We're not going to bring in those type of elements because that has been done for so many years. So let's get back to it. Wack 100 said, I said, nah, it's perfect. It's perfect, Wack 100 said, when the game made the track from 7 minutes to 10 minutes. And Wack 100 had originally thought it should be dumbed down to about 3.5, maybe 4. Maybe in a perfect world, 2 minutes, 45 seconds. Get your opinion out there so everybody actually wants to go back. Replay value, we were talking about a little bit earlier. But if it's so perfect, why did it only get spins for a week? You know what I'm saying? Why did it only get spins for a week? If it was so perfect, where's that oh so valuable replay value? It's valuable when you have that replay value. Why do you think 50 songs are hits to this day? Wanksta, In the Club. These songs have replay value. A lot of the other ones are a little generic. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of these club records are a little generic. That's why they weren't clamoring to have you perform How We Do at the Super Bowl. Everybody at the Super Bowl just couldn't wait to jam out to How We Do. No, that's not the case. When we're talking about Super Bowl records, we're talking about records that the mass public know. There's a big difference between In the Club and How We Do. Do you know the term generic? Do you know the term generic? It's like a third-rate 50 Cent song. I'm sorry to say. It's like 50's third or fourth best song. People aren't saying that about How We Do. They're like, that's 50's third or fourth best song. Hell yeah. Here, let me plug that up for you, Clark. Let me plug that up for you. Everybody vote in the poll right now. Why is people trying to stay out of it, man? Why is people trying to stay out of it? Hold on 1 second. Where the hell's that joint right there? All right, here we go. What up, what up, what up, Buffalo? What's popping? What's popping, Buffalo? What is good with you tonight? So game, Wack, how come you're not the hot topic this week? Oh, I know. I know why you're not the hot topic this week. It's because Eminem didn't respond. Eminem decided not to respond. Eminem decided to put the game Drillmatic on mute, much like the rest of the world, apparently. I mean, when you come out and you sell just under 25,000 copies in a short week, when you sell that many units in a short week, I'm not sure you really deserve an Eminem response. You know, Machine Gun Kelly, his album Binge, I think it moved. Let's see which Machine Gun Kelly's last rap album. I'm going to tell you guys the first week sales. I pretty much already know it. It's 24,000. Oh my. Binge, the EP from Machine Gun Kelly, 21,519 copies. You see what you get for dissing Eminem? When did Wack 100 think this was going to be a good idea? Why did Wack 100 think this was going to be a good idea? Eminem even responded to Machine Gun Kelly. Eminem responded to Machine Gun Kelly, and still, you guys, look at it. He still sold 20,000 in a week. He still sold 20,000 in a week. It's sad. How come you're not the hot topic this week? It's because you're dying. It's because you're dying for the response. That's your whole plan. And right now, it's eating you alive that you're not getting that response. Sorry to break it to you. It wasn't perfect. You might have thought it was. You might have thought Eminem was going to hit up 50, being like, yo, 50, Game dissed me for 10 minutes. We got to do something. Get the Batmobile. Gatman. No. I think Eminem got together with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and signed another deal. You think Eminem hit 50 like, yo, Game dissed me, man. 10 minutes of brutal bars from the Game. Eminem's in his mansion listening to whatever he's listening to, watching ESPN. He's a family man. He doesn't pop pills no more. He has impulse controls now. He's not as loose as he used to be. You know, maybe you should actually try to live a different lifestyle, you know, rather than being a 50-plus-year-old dude who dresses crazy as all hell. Yeah, we saw you at the joint with Game. Come on, man. Tone it down, man. Dudes is 50 plus years old, dressing like they're still in their early 30s and shit like that. Everybody talking about, is he gonna respond? Wack said it's kind of like because he went at MGK. If he doesn't respond to Game, it's gonna look like he was scared of the fade. It's gonna look like he's scared of the fade. You need to stop flattering yourself. You think he's got to respond. Why do you think he's got to respond? It's like I said, man, do you think Eminem is trying to struggle to stay afloat like you with box truck companies, trying to buy property in Detroit? You think Eminem bought up the whole 8 Mile? What makes you think Eminem even has to? I mean, shit, he dissed MGK a long time ago. Maybe he rubbed him the wrong way. But Game, listen. M listened to 300 bars. He knows his he knows his whole MO. Why would he fall for the bait? You know what I mean? For the love of the sport? Is that what you're thinking? Why do it? There's nothing in it for Eminem. Everybody in this chat room knows that Eminem's response will decimate you. It'll decimate your 10-minute diss track, Game. And for what? What should Eminem respond to that for? Because then afterwards, you're going to actually have a whole nother 10-minute diss track ready. And it just doesn't make sense. Why give you that clout? M is not playing into those silly games. Like I said, man, you would have to pay Eminem to diss you. Can you afford to pay Eminem to diss you? No, you can't. Because you can't even afford NBA Youngboy. You can't even afford the NBA Youngboy feature. You got to pay for that type of promotion. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I get it. I know what you could do. Stand out and write Eminem a DM Eminem and beg him to diss your artist. Get down and write him a letter like you're writing a letter to Santa Claus. Dear Santa Claus, I want you to have Eminem diss my artist. As bad as it might be, we need the clout. Santa, did you know that Eminem's diss song to MGK did 39 million views in a single day? Santa would be up there reading that letter saying, what type of shit is this guy named Wack writing me? Of course Eminem is going to diss the hell out of your artist. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, that's right. We could tap into the PG network as well, you guys. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Someone said it's a love letter. Someone said it's a love letter. No, I'm saying, you guys, I wasn't surprised I don't think anybody was really surprised of the term the Black Slim Shady, because the Game has really always paid respect to Eminem and really tried to take that moniker for some reason. The Game was trying to have multiple personalities on some Nicki Minaj shit almost back then, but people was kind of like, yo, Game, just stick to being that gangster West Coast rapper, G's. We'll accept that Roman reloaded shit from Nicki Minaj and shit like that. I like it, Quincy. The Wack Slim Shady. I mean, if we're really comparing, Game's diss is a tribute. You got to believe it. Man, I want to get some different weed. 1 second, y'all. I don't want to smoke this. Give me 1 second, y'all. I want to smoke something else. I want to smoke this. And I wish you. Now somebody's got that song Tribute in my head. That Tenacious D song Tribute. Jack Black is a genius. So let me get back into it here, you guys. For everybody just tuning in. You know, everybody knows that Wack 100 actually had to swap out the song. He had to swap out the NBA Youngboy feature on Ops and put the version on that had both verses with the game features. And honestly, I guess with the new format of iTunes or whatever, the new format of actually selling music, you can actually do it like that. You can actually remove songs afterwards. I think that's kind of crazy, in my opinion. I think that's actually kind of crazy. You know what I mean? The fact that the song could actually be released for a portion of time and then he takes NBA Youngboy off of it. You would almost think like, yo, if he's on the album, like he's got to be on there to stay. But honestly, man, you know, also all questions, whatever it's about, even if it's about my chronic, just ask it by super chat, whether it's $2 super chat, $1, $5, $10. Show some love to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Try to stick on the topic, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to ask a question, you could ask whatever you want by super chat. So, but Wack in this clubhouse was asked pretty quickly, what made the game want to ether Eminem? Ether. They're using the term ether, you guys. First of all, yo, there's no ether about it. When Ether came out, Jay-Z was at a certain point of his career. There's no comparison to where Jay-Z was at in his career at that time and where Eminem is right now. Eminem's career is pretty much over. Eminem's career isn't about that no more. They literally just put out the Curtain Calls 2. I believe that's the follow-up to the joint where they had When I'm Gone. And I didn't actually see the first week sales. Let me get the first week sales. I'm going to bring them up right now. Curtain Calls 2, Eminem, first week sales. I thought I read 44,000. Let me check them out. 45,000 for Curtain Calls 2, you guys. 45,000. So Eminem's Curtain Call 2 album, an album that is legitimately an album that is, you guys, this is a greatest hits album. Eminem's greatest hits album legitimately outsold the Game's newest album. It's the second. The second greatest hits album from Eminem, you guys. But yeah, you know, at this point, Eminem's career, you know, it's not what it was. Eminem doesn't need to worry about somebody coming out and sabotaging his career. He doesn't need to worry about somebody come out and quote unquote ethering his career. You know, Jay-Z was at a point when Nas dropped Ether. You didn't know Jay-Z was going to become the president of Def Jam. You didn't know Jay-Z was going to go on to make $300 million deals. Ether could have put a stop to all that. Eminem is past all that. Eminem has like accomplished all of those things I was just mentioning. And now you're going to talk about somebody ethering his career? Now you're just trying to change people's opinions. Well, thank you, because you just helped Eminem's album move up to 45,000 copies this week. I don't know if y'all agree with me on that or whatever. I just want to get that little part out. So Wack says, so as far as them asking, like, where did it all start? Wack talking about, I don't remember, something happened at Drink Champs, and I don't know where that. Somebody asked him something about who he thought was something. Something was going on when he was on Drink. It's like, what, Wack? We all know where this came from. Game said that he wants to do a versus with Eminem. The Game has tapped out. On a versus with 50 Cent. for more than one reason. For more than one reason, you guys. I'm putting up a new poll, you guys. Everybody, 72% of the people are backing Eminem on this poll. Let me get this new poll up. Which verses would you rather see? Putting up a poll right now. I hope everybody votes in the new poll. Seem like y'all are backing Eminem for the newest poll. Everybody vote in the poll right now. All right, cool. So, listen. We all remember an interview the Game set was asked, why is he trying to beef with Eminem? He said because 50 Cent sucks at rapping. 50 Cent sucks at rapping. But also on Drink Champs, Nori asked, who would you want to do a versus with? The Game said he would want to go and do a versus with Eminem. He brought up the fact that he used to think Eminem was better than him. Now the Game actually believes he is better than Eminem. That's his opinion. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I can't disrespect a man for having an opinion. Everybody's supposed to believe they're the best at what they do. You know what I'm saying? I believe I'm the best blogger out there. Game believes he's the best rapper out there. He doesn't believe that Eminem is still better than him, even though he has documented and said that, you know what I mean? He had documented and said that the Eminem got him on his own album, the documentary on We Ain't. He said that in his raps, oddly enough. You know what I mean? But now he's going back on that. I'm not going to discredit that. You know, we all get better as time goes. I remember I first started jumping on the camera. I feel 1,000 times better. You know what I'm saying? I feel 1,000 times better than I did at the very beginning of all this shit. So I can't discredit the Game for feeling like he got better in his rap career. Maybe he feels like he's better than Eminem right now. But also a point I want to put out there is the fact that the Game probably doesn't want to do a versus with 50 Cent. Probably doesn't. How are you going to do a versus with somebody who is legitimately on your 5 best songs? West Side Story, How We Do, you know what I'm saying? Hate It or Love It. Is there more than that, you guys? Is there a few more than that? Or am I bugging out? They only got 3 records together because they took 50 off a Higher. They took 50 off a Special. We're not going to consider the Hate It or Love It remix. So Wack said the song Black Slim Shady is streaming like crazy. He said to be a 10-minute song, it effed me up. He proved me wrong. I told him the other day, I said, bro, you was right. I didn't think that was going to survive like that. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song. You know why that was necessary? Even though you, Wack 100, as a manager, didn't agree with it, it's because the Game is smarter than you. He knew that everybody, whether they liked it or not, they were talking about it. This is promotion. My album is coming out. Drillmatic is dropping, and nobody even knows. Nobody even knows my album is coming out because my manager isn't even talking about it. You know what this is called? This is called free promo. You know what I'm saying? The same thing that Hassan Campbell did for the Lobby Boys. Free promotion. They didn't need to use any marketing dollars. These bloggers have their name in their mouth every single day. Game doesn't get enough credit. Game does not get the credit he deserves. He may look salty, but Game is smart. Wack, what are you, shitting in your pants? You worried about Eminem responding? Getting a little frightened? Getting a little scared? What happens if Marshall responds? Oh, oh God, we're going to be in deep trouble. This is 10 minutes long. The average song is 2 minutes and 30 seconds. You do a song too long, what? Even the engineer's looking at you like you're bugged out. Like, yo, you sure you want to add in that extra hook, man? What's going on? You sure you want to do all that, man? Time is money, and people don't got a lot of time. You do a song too long, even your engineer is looking at you like you're crazy. I've been to the studio. I know how it goes. I've been to the studio. I know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes. So that's why the game did it. Because he is smarter than you give him credit for. And what's the worst that can happen? Eminem responds, well, guess what? I'm on deck. I'm a lyricist. I have a response to his response. You don't think he has another 4 diss tracks? He's prepared. He's dissed people before. Don't you remember 300 bars? Don't you remember it? This ain't no rookie. And what do you mean? And what do you mean he can't do this? 10 minutes. He has records on the Doctor's Advocate that are 9 minutes. Look at the record with Nas. It's not even a diss track. Look at the damn record with Nas, man. You're talking about shit you don't even know. It's your own artist. It's embarrassing. He's got a record on his album with Nas that's 10 minutes long. It's embarrassing that you don't know that about your own artist. Why do I got to sit here and talk about how he has 10-minute tracks on albums in 2006? Here we are in 2022. You're acting like it can't be done. First of all, Wack, you diss people on Clubhouse for 90 minutes. You diss them for hours on end a day. And you have a problem with your artist dissing someone for 10 minutes? Isn't that hypocritical? You're on Clubhouse for hours, dissing people that you barely know, people that you think you know, but you don't really know. Like Doggy Diamonds. You thought you were going to end his career? Nah, it didn't work. Wack doesn't even know the formula. Shout out to Doggy Diamonds as well. Wack doesn't even know the formula that Game has used, nor does he care. Doesn't seem like he really cares to me either, you guys. Doesn't seem like he really cares to me, to be 100% honest with y'all. All he knows is he wants his cut, his beach-sized cut, right? The Game wants a beach house. What happened to the marketing dollars for the Game's album? Your box truck company. What are you going to reallocate some of the funds from your box truck company to fund the Game? Apparently not. We didn't get the NBA Youngboy track. Those box trucks are your lifeline. That's what you're going back to. You talk about, oh, DaBaby doesn't buy a house in Beverly Hills. You know DaBaby has something back in South Carolina to fall back on. Stop talking about what other people are falling back on. Pocket watching people. I'm not trying to be up here pocket watching. I'm just calling it like it is. Dudes can't even reallocate funds to actually make sure they make more money. Dudes go on the internet and say shit like, yo, the NBA Youngboy track would have made that and some, but we still didn't buy it. Are you kidding me right now? You gave away a perfectly good opportunity. Who does that, man? Who does that that's trying to respark their rap career? You don't meet nobody that does some shit like that, man. Dudes is like trying to respark their rap career, but they're giving away every single opportunity that they ever really had. It's like, come on, man, you're better than that. You've been through it. You done watched Suge Knight. You watched Suge Knight blow so many opportunities. You know what I mean? You watched Suge Knight blow so many opportunities, but here you go. Now you're blowing opportunities on your own. You're blowing opportunities yourself now. Congratulations. 1 second, y'all. I got to find a Dutch. Crazy. 70 million. No, it was 50 million. So Wack goes on. Wack goes on. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute song, no 7-minute song. You tripping. He made it 10 minutes and he was right. He made it 10 minutes and he was right. I can't trip. He was right. That song alone streamed 2.5 million times by itself. So to put that in perspective against what he did with Kanye West, I mean, it's pretty decent. But when you put it in perspective with what Eminem did when he actually dissed Machine Gun Kelly, it's actually very insignificant. Because Wack 100 had said the streams with the Kanye West single were at like 7 million. I'm going to give him 10 million. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give him 7, 8, 9, 10 million on the streams with Kanye West. And then he comes out and he does 2.5 million alone. So it's like, all right. So the game has got a portion of those streams that he actually got working alongside probably one of the most renowned artists in the game, an icon in the game. So, but he actually was able to do that on his own. So that's actually impressive. You know what I mean? That shit is actually impressive what the game was able to do there. Now, you got to factor in different things like the fact that it's longer. That's going to do more for the streaming. You know what I mean? For the streaming amounts. Factor in that. But like I did, I factored it against a different time, and it was looking a little shaky. Yup. Kid Crooks. Kid Crooks. I'm going to be dropping a new piece with Kid tomorrow as well. Salute to my brother Kid. I'm going to see what he's got going on. Right now. Unplanned, but if he's free, I'm going to send him the link. I'm going to send my bro Kid the link if he's free. Bro, June, I put up a poll. Lloyd Banks versus the game, the Rotten Apple versus the Doctor's Advocate. And yo, Rotten Apple won. Rotten Apple won in the streaming battle, just to be 100% honest with you. I was kind of shocked by that because I really felt like, you know what I'm saying? I really felt like, in all honesty, that the Rotten Apple album was not Banks's best effort. You know, I didn't think it was Banks's best effort, so I was a little bit shocked. When it actually did that amount, you know, of streams. Let me roll up real quick and we'll get right back to it for everybody that's just tuning in. About to roll this. This is what I'm rolling up right now, you guys. Anybody that wants to know what I'm smoking on tonight, this is what I'm smoking on. Let me take a look at the poll, see what's going on with the poll right now. I want to see what the people want to go see as far as the versus battle goes. So 67% of the people, 68% of the people, even with the Game and Eminem issues going on, they still want to see 50 Cent versus the Game in the versus battle. Everybody vote in the poll right now while I'm rolling up. I'm going to be looking at the results. I'm going to be looking at the results in the poll. Wack 100 went off, though, man. He's basically saying Eminem has got to respond. He's saying MGK didn't say 10% of the shit that the Game said. What? I think Wack 100 is discounting MGK's diss a little bit too much. You know, I'm in favor of the Game's diss over MGK. Just to be real with you guys, you know, like I like the Game's diss 100% better than MGK's, which I might do a poll for right now if we got enough votes going on in here. All right, so y'all, last 2 minutes, I'm going to let y'all vote. I'm going to give y'all 1 minute to vote in this poll. If you guys haven't voted in the poll, vote right now. Would you rather see Eminem versus the Game or 50 Cent versus the Game? Right now, it's looking like 71% of the people are saying 71% of the people are actually saying 50 Cent versus the Game. So it looks like everybody's sticking with that, to be honest with you, even though the new beef is going on between Eminem and the Game. It looks like people would rather just stick with that classic battle, you know what I mean, that we all know from like 2005. Everybody hit that like button that's in here. Put some respect on that like button, y'all. Joseph says Eminem versus the Game. Okay. Okay. I'm going to give y'all about 1 more minute to vote in the poll before I change it up because I want to know which diss song y'all like better. Personally, I thought the Game got MGK's diss song. You know what I mean? But I think Wack 100 saying that MGK's was only 10% as good as the Game's, that's like giving the Game a little bit too much. And as I pointed out, MGK has actually maintained a career. You know what I mean? He's actually maintained a career since that flop binge album that he put out. All right, I'm going to end that poll. I'm going to end the poll right now. I'm going to start this new one. Which diss track was better? Because that's what I want to see. All right, everybody vote in the poll right now. Everybody vote in that poll right now, y'all. I'm rolling up and we're going to get right back into it. Yep. Damn. Interesting. June says Rap Devil was better than the Black Slim Shady, in my opinion. It's all about quality over quantity. Game could have cut 5 minutes of filler off that track, truthfully. I was kind of saying that, June. You know, when Wack 100 goes into the studio and he tells Game, like, yo, man, that record is 7 minutes. That's not it. That joint is 7 minutes. That's not it, Game. We got to do something else. We got to change that shit because that's not it. The regular tracks nowadays are like 2 minutes, da 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 da. Game's like, all right, cool. I'm going to fix it for you. I'm going to fix the shit for you. Game goes back to fixes it. Let's get back into it. Now that I'm rolled up, let's get back into it. So Wack is like, so I'm thinking he's doing, so 1 second. So let me, where are we at here? Wack is like, he proved me wrong. I told him the other day, I said, bro, you was right. I didn't think that shit was going to survive like that. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute rap song. Nobody is going to listen to no 10-minute rap song. That's your prediction for your artist? You're tripping. You're tripping. He made it 10 minutes and he was right. He's like, you tripping. He made it 10 minutes and he was right. I can't trip. He was right. The song alone streamed 2.5 million times by itself in the time it's been out. That's a long ass song, meaning it made good money. Wack was also asked about the game, commenting on Eminem's daughter's pictures. Wack is like, what did he say? What did he say? And Game is like, can she rap? Now, this is where I thought it went to a level of disrespect. You know what I mean? But Wack is like, so I think what he's doing is he's antagonizing the dude. For one, that's Eminem. I'm an Eminem fan. Wack 100, big Eminem fan, apparently. Guy's fans with everybody that the game beefs with. I found that odd, just to be real with y'all. I find that a little bit odd, just to be real with you guys, that he's actually beefing or that he's cool with everybody. Stitches is spitting on his car. Next thing you know, Wack 100 is talking about managing Stitches. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the game working with all these people that have issues? Or what's up with Wack working with all these people that have issues with the game? You know what I'm saying? That's not a way to do it, man. Josh says 10 minutes of garbage. 10 minutes of garbage. So Wack is like, here goes the problem. You responded to MGK for 10% of what the game done did. Game is really a lyricist. He came at you. He got you on your own shit. I think the comment on the daughter's picture is icing on the cake. And I said it before, I'll repeat it again. You're watching the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. And no, first of all, commenting on Eminem's daughter's picture is just low class. Why are kids being brought up into all this? Do you realize how many people probably lost respect for the game and decided not to stream Drillmatic because they looked at that comment as a desperate reach? You know what MGK did a few years ago? Is that why you did it? It's like, Haley, bro, does she rap, you're asking? Look at the girl. What rap? What kind of shit are you on? Is that even a serious question? What did you all think when you saw the game commenting that shit? If he was on Interscope, he would have been dropped. This guy's taking the ultimate low blows. This guy is taking the most ultimate of low blows. He needs to retract that shit. On your next diss track, just say sorry for mentioning her. Low blow. Exactly. Game was out of pocket. 100% out of pocket. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Miss me with that shit, Game. Miss me with that shit, man. Because, like, honestly, man, he wants to know if Haley raps. It shows how out of touch you are. I don't even think she does R&B. She's Eminem's daughter. She's rich. Why would she rap? But guess what? Eminem could write her a diss song and she could rap it to you. Imagine if that happened. You'd look like a clown. The game ethered by a female. Imagine they'll be asking Wack 100 that. That'll be the next thing that they ask Wack 100. How do you feel about Eminem's daughter ethering the game? Damn, bro, it must suck to be in the game shoes right now. The fact that he's got a diss song out that's going unresponded to. I mean, Eminem did respond to Nick Cannon, and he's not going to respond to the game. Why? Is it because it's a desperate reach for attention? Is it because it's an obvious reach? Because it's an obvious reach. That's why we're not getting a response. Maybe that's the reason. People just think, oh, I'm going to diss somebody and they're going to respond. That's right. It backfired on him. No response this week. Hey, maybe we'll respond to you in 15 weeks when Drillmatic was off the chart after 2. Billboard probably won't even be charting Drillmatic after 2 or 3 weeks. Appreciate you, Lao Chi. Mikey, you made me LOL at the idea of Haley rapping a diss. Bars. Yo, that's what I'm saying. You know, this show is for dramatic moments. This show is for the comedic moments, man. I definitely appreciate you tapping in. Josh says, just wait. M is cooking something up. Let me take a look at the poll. What's going on in the poll? Everyone, wow. Machine Gun Kelly's diss is going way over the game's diss. I really can't believe that. Oh, damn. My brother Clark, First Class Films, lightly seasoned. He's got a great statement right here. He says, I do like the game, but he could have had keywords, could have had a West Coast Drake run if none of the beefs didn't happen. I think he would have gotten a deal similar to Vitamin Water, or he would have actually been able to push his record label. You know what I'm saying? He would have actually been able to maintain relationships with everybody, you know, but instead of continuing to build on his 580,000 fans, he kind of wanted to make all of them choose. Now you've got to choose. Do you want to rock with me or do you want to rock with 50? And that kind of put him in a bad place because when his second album came out in 2006, November, he lost 220,000 buyers. 220,000 people left. 220,000 people that had purchased the documentary said, you know what, man? I don't think I'm not going to go get that Doctor's Advocate 2. There was probably even a contract clause back then that the game could not release his second album as the documentary 2. Because I would not doubt that would have been the best cash grab if he would have just started doing documentaries, kind of like the Lil Wayne has done Carter's. Documentary 1, documentary 2. But yeah, looking at the poll, man, it really is reading that Machine Gun Kelly's Eminem diss, 76%, you guys. 76% of y'all say Machine Gun Kelly over the game. So people are feeling Rap Devil over the Black Slim Shady. And actually, now that I'm looking at that, both of those are plays on Eminem. The Rap God, Slim Shady. That's very interesting. Just putting those up against each other made me realize that both of those artists actually used Eminem's monikers to actually go at him in the diss tracks. Might be a little bit lazy. Might be a little bit lazy when it comes to diss tracks. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong? Do you guys think I'm wrong? You think I'm judging that a little bit too hard? I mean, Rap Devil, not really feeling that track title, even though you got Rap God. Because at one point, if you do remember, the Game's album was going to be called The Devil's Advocate. You know, I wasn't really feeling that. You know, and I was kind of like, why? Did they end up making a mixtape called that or something, you guys? but I was kind of like, why? And obviously, Machine Gun Kelly's track is more of a, it's not really a big single or anything like that. I wonder if they even kept it on the Binge album. Wonder if they even kept it on the Binge album. Let me check that out real quick. It's got to be there. Yep, it's there. Definitely there. Interesting note that it's there. But yeah, let me see. Thank you, Quincy. What was I not wrong about, bro? Sometimes when you're typing in questions, try to be very specific about it so I actually remember what I'm responding to. Rainman Rose says the game's diss was better than MGK's diss. The third verse alone is better. Yeah. What is there? 4 verses on there, but the last 2 really aren't regular standard verses. And honestly, Rainman, that's where the game starts to pick it up. That's where the game actually started to pick it up on the third verse of that song. That's where I really started taking, more intensity. That's where more intensity actually started. I think on the second verse is where he did that whole Dr. Dre, Eminem type of style, though, where Eminem would always be doing some crazy offensive shit to Dr. Dre. Very interesting way that Eminem or the game came at the diss track. But Wack 100 saying things like, "Oh, he got him on his own style, da 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 da. He got him on his own style, da da da." All right. We'll see what happens when Eminem comes back. I really hope it's not Eminem rapping in the game style because I was not feeling 50 Cent doing that on Not Rich Still Lying. I'll be real with y'all. I was not feeling 50 Cent's diss song. Ooh, you asked if you were wrong about those Eminem diss songs being lazy. Appreciate you, Quincy. Yeah, he says no, you are not wrong. Good to know that some people actually agree with me out there about these tracks. You know what I'm saying? Good to know that some people actually agree with me about these tracks out there. When you're getting an opportunity to go back and forth with these artists. I mean, if you look at Eminem's diss tracks, you got The Warning. You know what I'm saying? You look at Eminem's diss tracks, Nail in the Coffin. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at the diss tracks against Eminem. Hail Mary, another Eminem diss track. That one was kind of directed at Ja Rule because of his style. Bully. Rayman says, right, he wasted 2 verses almost, but also I think he was mocking M with the technique that M uses, basically showing that it's not that dope. Very good point, man. Very good point. What up, Spider G? Appreciate you tapping in, bro. He said, what up, Mikey T? Smoking on that blueberry slushy hybrid, so fire from Papa's Herb. Y'all got to try this vape cartridge. 95% THC. MGK's disc was way better than the Black Slim Shady. Thank you for voting in the poll. If anybody missed the chance to vote in the poll right now, we're still taking the tally up. We're still taking the tally up, you guys. And also definitely looking for that. You heard how I do it, man. Y'all heard how my sponsorship goes right there for that THC vape, man. We're looking for them THC vape sponsors, the bud sponsors, all the t-shirt companies that want to get sponsored. Any of the sponsors, come and holler at me for the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. We're about to turn this shit all the way up, man. Let's get a couple sponsors for the show. Appreciate you. Between G-Unit and Slaughterhouse, they need a reality show. Let me do some open questions, you guys. I always do open questions on my podcast. Let's do some open questions right now. The sauce. Yep, there's a lot. You know what I mean? I think the best diss song that Eminem has is definitely, I got to go Hail Mary, though, with Busta Rhymes and 50. Bust on that, just absolutely crazy. Rain Man says, by the way, I'm from Detroit, and M was my favorite rapper as a kid. When I got older, it became Jay and Nas. Dope. I appreciate you tapping in all the way from Detroit. Is that where you're still at, bro? But regardless, I appreciate you tapping in, man. Make sure you subscribe and, stay tuned in because it's great to have the conversation, to be real with you. But if anybody has any questions right now that they want to ask pertaining to the topic, pertaining to the diss tracks, any of the diss tracks, or really anything in general right now when it pertains to hip hop, you could ask me. I'm going to do we're going to do a little open question format right now. I always do that at the tail end of my podcast. I always give the people a voice. You know what I'm saying? See what's going on with this poll. All right, y'all. Vote in the poll right now. I'm going to give y'all 2 more minutes. Vote in the poll. Yup. My guy Oliver says Wack is mad because Eminem didn't give Game the same clout as MGK. That's hilarious, bro. Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. He didn't give him that same clout. He didn't give him that same energy. He didn't come with that same energy. You know what I mean? That he came at when Nick Cannon was dissing him. Why? Why? Because Nick Cannon was dissing him over Mariah Carey. Huh? There's a reason to respond. The game is just dissing him to get a response. The game is just dissing him to get a response. If you guys remember, Eminem actually took the first shot at Machine Gun Kelly. Eminem would always take shots at pop celebrities. On his album, I believe he dissed many of the SoundCloud rappers or whatever, or the, rappers that turned famous with the rock star image. He dissed several of them. He dissed Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly responded. It went back a little bit further to a comment many years ago, a comment that the game is really trying to trigger. But the only difference is we're 5, 6, 7 years removed from the comment having been placed. People have grown up, to put it mildly. I'm not on XM radio right now. I'm not on XM radio, so I'm going to keep it mild on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But when I go on that network, when I get that network deal, then we'll get as crazy as the network allows. But at this point, you're going to see me showing that respect. You know what I mean? You're going to get the Columbia Records, Power of the Dollar, 50 Cent. You're going to get the Max B with Jim Jones and Stack Bundles, Mikey T, rather than the Get Rich or Die Trying, Mikey T, because we're here maintaining you guys. And there's nothing that is going to stop me from maintaining and doing what I do, man, because I love presenting the hip hop news to all of you guys. I love actually doing new interviews. I have a new interview that I just did. It's a major interview, you guys. If you didn't know, I'm about to show you who my next major interview is with.
Hey, man, what it do is the Freestyle King, Lil Flipper, a.k.a. Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut. Hey, man, what it do is the Freestyle King, Lil Flipper, a.k.a. Flip Mayweather. Shout out to Mikey T, the movie star. Cut.
New interview is fitting to be a movie. New interview with Little Flip is a movie, you guys. Very excited to share that with y'all. Okay, let me check this. So if anybody has any open questions right now, you can send in whatever questions you want. I'm taking any questions. Oh, yeah, I get Little Flip to explain the whole situation with T.I. You know what I'm saying? I get him to explain the whole situation, working with David Banner, working with Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? Putting together Sunshine, working on his Leprechaun album. the Underground Legend album, the You Gotta Feel Me album. You know what I'm saying? I covered it all. Jumping on Young Buck's album and working with G Unit, working with Jim Jones in the Game on Certified Gangsters. Okay. I hope y'all are excited for the work that I'm putting in. Vega asked, let me ask you something. Did you listen to all of Drillmatic? I'm a huge Game fan and I only liked one song. Did you like any of them? Well, Vega, I really hope that you're subscribing to the channel because I want to let you and everybody watching know that I will be doing a 30 track in full review, album review of the Game's Drillmatic album. I'm going to be doing a full review of the Drillmatic album, you guys. So make sure you're tuned in for that. Make sure you hit the subscription button and the notification bell. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. So it'll pop right up in your phone. It'll say, yo, going live. This is the topic, this and that. Jay Leno. Am I saying that right, bro? He says, I'm a huge Shady fan, but I'm not a MGK fan. So where does the problem come in? You know what I mean? Where's the problem right there? You're a huge Shady fan, but you're not an MGK fan. So where does the problem lie there? There's not really much of an issue there unless you go up to Machine Gun Kelly and tell him that you're a blatant Eminem fan. You're like, yo, man, I love Eminem, dog. Da, 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 da. Eminem. Then Machine Gun Kelly's going to react kind of crazy. If you do that, Machine Gun Kelly's going to react kind of crazy. You know what I mean? We've seen what he's done in the past to a couple fans that actually pulled up to him in that regard. You know, Machine Gun Kelly is honestly nothing to be played with because he is at a peak of his career, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Where he's probably making the most money that he's ever made in his career. And we all know that he started off with Bad Boy at the very beginning. I'm not sure if he's still with Bad Boy for his new rock albums. I'd have to go take a look. But I do know his new rock albums are actually performing much better. Machine Gun Kelly's rock albums are actually performing about 3 times as good, just about 3 times as good as his old hip hop albums. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to note that, you know, Machine Gun Kelly has gone on to find success outside of hip hop, you know, because his first albums, he was really only selling about 50,000 copies first week. And that was with a Waka Flocka single on Wild Boys. Then he came out with his second album, another 49,000, 50,000 copies. The first album, Lace Up, was the second album called General Admission or something like that. Can't really remember. Yep. And Zaza, I just want to point it out that a lot of artists have actually sold a similar amount of units to this. Let me see. Let me point out a couple examples. Fabio Foreign, the Bible album, actually sold 28,760 copies first week. Dave East debuted with Paranoia, A True Story, 26,000 units. So you see, that's 2 examples right there. Dave East, 26,000 units. Fabio Foreign, 28,000 units. These are comparable numbers, you guys. So the game selling 25,000 or, you know what I'm saying? 24,959 copies. That's not the worst thing. Let's be 100% real about that, you guys. That's not the worst thing. The GOAT says 50 ain't right shit. Game better, and 50 knows, and he going at M because, like he said, he used to think M better, but he's not. And Nori wanted to be funny. Like, so what? You trying to say? So stop y'all reaching. Yeah, Nori is the one who brought that conversation out, but he tried to stop Game as well. Go, if you don't remember, he actually tried to stop the game and be like, whoa, 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 you're not actually really suggesting that you would challenge Eminem in a versus. Game was just, you know what I'm saying, ready to talk about this. He had talked about it on other platforms. So now he was on Drink Champs. So now he's ready to talk about it in front of the world. Moonwalker says, let's not forget how Eminem did Jay-Z. Eminem is gonna rip the game a new one. M is a true wordsmith. Let's see what else y'all got to say. Yep. Machine Gun Kelly, Tickets to My Downfall is pretty good. Goat says, PSA, the album is still fire. Better than a lot of whack shit out. You see, bro, I don't stop trying to read the game comments. Two Naiji says, my opinion, this is not a diss song. This is Game demanding M's attention. Okay, man. That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying like it's grasping. You know what I mean? It's like he's reaching. He's coming off kind of salty. You know what I'm saying? Jay Leno says the Game, Big Sean out here with content. It's about to go stupid. The Game and Big Sean working together. Big Sean was on the album. Here, let me what was I checking? Okay, there we go. I want to check the poll. Yeah, MGK dominated the poll, you guys. MGK seriously dominated the poll. I'm going to let y'all vote in that. I'm going to give y'all like 30 more seconds. I'm about to end that poll. Yep, 72% of the people say Machine Gun Kelly's diss song over the Game's diss song. I'm going to ask y'all if anybody has any final questions. If anybody has any final questions, you could send them in now. I'm about to end that poll in 30 seconds. So last votes in the poll right now, y'all. Everybody that's in here, this is the last chance to vote in the poll. Also, your last chance to get any last questions in on the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. I definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in tonight. About to light back up. Smoking on some I was smoking this soap right here, which is good because I like this because it tastes a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It tastes a little bit different. This joint right here tastes a little different. It had to grow on me, though. I'm not lying. It had to grow on me, but now it's dope. And y'all, everybody, make sure you click on the link that I got pinned. The new episode. That's right. The new episode of Clark and Mark's podcast, the lately seasoned podcast, is dropping. They're talking about Young Thug. They're talking about the Nets as well for the sports fan. I'm not, sometimes I don't be talking about some shit. I know I'm predominantly hip hop. Clark be doing his thing, all types of shit. Clark be balling and all types of shit like that too, as well as shooting the videos. Now, not Gilly the Kid balling. Not Gilly the Kid balling like that. Gilly was just at the big three and all that. But my bro be doing this thing. So this is what I was smoking earlier. I've been smoking this today, but I wanted to switch it up and go. And that's the soap. This is the soap, you guys. And this is the Blue Moon, actually, or the Blood Moon, excuse me. This is actually the Blood Moon, which is good. Yeah, this is just from the dispensary. I just be going to the dispensary en masse. And Vegas said, what state are you in? I'm in Connecticut. But yeah, the dispensary be en masse and shit. Yo. Much love to Detroit. I really appreciate Detroit on the tap in. Oh, I already got some rolled up, so we Gucci. I already got some rolled up, so we Gucci, to be honest with you. I'm just taking final questions. I want everybody to follow me on Instagram. Y'all follow me on the gram. Like I said, final questions. I'm about to get out of here for the tonight. My bros over at Lately Season Podcast are about to take it on for the night. But if anybody has any final questions before we get up out of here, I want y'all to follow me on social media as well. That's right. Everybody follow me on social media so you can stay tapped into everything that I'm doing. I want everybody in here to stay tuned in to everything that I'm doing. You heard what I'm saying? New interviews dropping. Like I said, new interview with Little Flip. I got the next portion of my interview with Kid dropping tomorrow, where he speaks on the game, 50 Cent, the Super Bowl, also getting his name as Nut the Kid, coming up on Mazan. Kid really went in depth with me on this interview, and I really appreciated him. Also, I'm letting you guys know Crooks is available right now. Crooks, the new single from Kid. He's coming with a whole bunch of fire this year, though, you guys. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Go tap in with Kid. Let me see if I could grab his Instagram real quick so y'all can tap in and follow Kid. I got to end this poll, too. So get your last chance to vote in the poll. I'm about to leave it up for a minute. Everybody can pretty much tap about this video and just hit the link that I got pinned. You heard? Hit the link that I got pinned right now. But also, follow Kid. Follow Kid. So do that and then click the link that's pinned so y'all can go check out my bros podcast. Kid was a cold rapper. Oh, yeah, man. He did his thing on the Beauty and the Beast albums from G Unit. And, go check out his new album. It's called Real is Rare. Street Fame is coming. The new single, Crooks, is out. He's actually got another single dropping tomorrow, I want to say. He's got another single dropping tomorrow. So everybody on here, go follow Kid and also follow me. But yeah, it was a great podcast tonight, man. It was a great podcast. Before I do my outro, let me end this poll. Machine Gun Kelly dominated the game. That's kind of crazy. MGK dominated the game. Oh, he got him, y'all. 73%, y'all. I'm really amazed that more people aren't rocking with the game on that. Like, I personally believe it's a better diss track, but I'm more into the 300 bars game type shit. But, man, the content was great tonight. I really appreciate everybody tapping in for the Mikey T, the Movie Star podcast. I hope y'all at least tell one friend about the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping y'all at least tell one friend about the channel. Hoping you guys tap in when I come in with the hip-hop news, when I drop my live interviews. Pretty much just support what I got going on, man, because I'm trying to make my stamp in the game. You know what I'm saying? Well, I am making my stamp in the game. We're not going to be stopped out here, you guys. Nothing could stop what we're doing. Like I said, make sure you guys follow me on social media, Mikey T _ the movie star. Follow Kid. And now pretty much all you got to do is just log up out of here and go check out my dude's podcast. It's pinned up. So go hit that link. Make sure you check that out. I'm just smoking on this blood moon. You know what I'm saying? I'm just smoking on this good ass gas right here. Hell yeah, man. So that's it for the podcast, you guys. That is it for the show. I definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. Wait till the next episode, man. We're going to be live once again. Y'all know how I do, man. Y'all know how I do on this show. Or if you don't know, you will know, because I'm going to show you guys what consistency is all about when it comes to doing these podcasts. So make sure you hit the link that's pinned. I'm about to get out of here for tonight. I'm about to be up out of here. You already know what it was. Mikey T, the movie star. Tell at least one friend about this show, and let's get the movement going continuously. Hit that like button. Drop a comment if you're watching this on demand. Peace.